Hello, good evening, guys. So, this is Dr. Pooja, and welcome to my session. Today, we will be talking about important concepts in biology. So, before I start, let me check if everything is well in place. Just quickly. Important concepts in. Just hold on. I'm so sorry about that, but just give me a second. So here we go. Today's, because now everybody is preparing for the exam, so I thought about why not we pick some important things from biology, and we'll start explaining the same to you all. Okay, so I have taken, because in biology after this we have two main chapters. One is tissue and another one is cell as a fundamental unit of life. So today's topics are all from tissue, and I have discussed very important points that are there from this chapter. All right, so before we get into the details of the same, there is a little bit introduction about myself. And if you know me, my name is Dr. Pooja, and I've done PhD in biotechnology, and after doing that I went to United States and I was a scientist there, and I worked there for 8 years and in a pharmaceutical industry. Now I'm back in India and I'm taking care of your physics, chemistry and biology on Unacademy's platform. Okay, apart from that, I'm also internationally certified online fitness trainer. And what I do is, at Unacademy's platform, we are not only focused on teaching you guys the academics, but apart from that, we are here to help you guys to have a fit and healthy body, so that you can focus more on your studies and you can do quality work. All right, so let's get started. And even before I get into too much of the details, I would want you guys to start using my referral code, which is PSLI10, and this will help you for any discounts or any percentage, 10% discount on subscriptions that you take on Unacademy. All right. So let's get started. And the very first topic that I have picked from your book is permanent tissue. All right. So as I said, today's chapter is all about important concepts from biology, and particularly today's concepts, like today's lecture is from the chapter tissue. Okay. So first of all, what is permanent tissue? And when I take the classes, I always start my lectures on Unacademy by discussing with you guys what is a tissue. All right, and because it is very important for you to understand why do we have tissue, what is a tissue, what are the components of a tissue, right? So first of all, you need to understand tissue. They are present, they are a property of multicellular organisms. They are not present in unicellular organisms, because unicellular organism, they are just having only one cell. Okay, but in multicellular organisms, which are made up of multiple cells, that is what the tissue thing, it comes into picture. Okay, first of all, so tissue is a property of multicellular organisms. Second, tissue is what? It's a group of cells. So tissue is not just one cell, it is a group of cells, and these cells are not, I won't say like they are 200% identical, but they are similar kind of cells. All right, so I won't say identical, because nothing is identical. All right, and then what do? Together, these cells, they perform a unique function. So if you know these 3 points, hello guys, yes, I'm seeing like Nancy is there and Rishabh Kumar is there. Hello Rishabh, hello Nancy. welcome to my session, and today we are talking about important biological concepts here. So that is what we have started with. We started with tissue. What is a tissue? What are the where are they present, and what do they do? Okay, so next point is I just want to see. Okay, so next point that I want to cover is what are the different types of tissue. Okay, first, this permanent tissue is from hello Rishabh. Yes, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing awesome. So these tissue that we are talking, they are from plant cells. Okay, from plants, right? Not cells, I'm sorry. Permanent tissue from plants. So as we move forward, we will be covering many other concepts from the chapter tissue itself. Tissue, again, we divide. I'm talking about plants. Okay, I'm talking about plants in this slide. We divide them basically into two types: meristematic, which are like growing and young tissue, and they have that question will also be coming. And then we have permanent tissue. So this is the permanent tissue that is over here we have under our important concepts. So the definition, if you get the definition, if you get a 5-marker question or a 3-marker question like what are permanent tissue, how would you define them? The cells of meristematic tissue, after a point, they lose the ability to divide and get differentiated into specialized cells. These differentiated cells form different type of tissue. Hello. Yes, Nancy Sharma, absolutely right. They're meristematic and permanent tissue. Hello, Arjun, how are you? And some example of permanent tissue are parenchyma, sclerenchyma, etc. On the next slide, I will explain quickly to you what all am I talking about. Okay, so again, in plants we have tissue. Broadly, we divide tissue into meristematic and permanent. Meristematic, again, we have apical, which keeps on growing for the length of the plant. Important diagram of tissue. Okay, apical meristem we have lateral, because that is what I discuss in my classes. There are 3 major type of meristematic tissue. One is apical, for the length, so that plants can grow in length. Lateral, so that plants they can grow in their girth, means in their diameter. And intercalary, so that plants they have nodes and branches and leaves and all those things, right? So this is what meristematic tissue is. They are dividing, always dividing. Then we have permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue, when these are dividing and dividing, they keep on forming many different type of cells, and those cells they get differentiated. When these cells they get differentiated, no Arjun, there is no need to be, don't have any kind of fear in science exam. I'm here. So if you still have any doubts, you please take the subscription on Unacademy, and I will definitely help you clear out all your doubts. Differentiation means they attain some kind of particular activity, function. They become mature. Okay, meristematic are like dividing. Dividing means they have the capability to divide. But what will the meristematic tissue do if they keep on just dividing and dividing and dividing? Cells, they don't just need bunch of plants bodies or our bodies, we just don't need bunch of tissue or bunch of cells. We want them to work, to do some activity. That is what called differentiation. They attain a particular type of activity or function. Okay, so after differentiation, the tissue that we get, they are the permanent tissue that we are talking about. Okay, so now this permanent tissue again is of two types. Okay, you just remember this table. You don't have to remember then the whole chapter of tissue will be super clear to you. So permanent tissue, that's okay, Arjun. Even if it's an online exam, don't worry about anything. So permanent is simple permanent or complex permanent. Simple permanent is having all made up of all same type of cells. We will have parenchyma, collenchyma, and yes, absolutely right, Nancy, sclerenchyma. Okay, and on the other hand, complex, we have xylem and we have phloem. Hello Hiba, welcome to this session. Right, so this is all in all the whole thing about the tissue, and this is what we have, permanent tissue. And I have explained in my previous slide what is permanent tissue. Okay, the cells lose the ability to divide and they get differentiated. This is the important term that you need to explain. Yes, absolutely right. Everybody is answering in the comment section. I'm reading your answers and you are all right. Epithelial tissue, yes, I will teach that one, but today's session is all about. Now next is these are the important concepts that I am discussing with you all. Okay, important biological concepts from your science book, but today's lecture is all about biology. Okay, so we will just pick from biology. So what is ligament? Hello Kaustov, hello, how are you? What is ligament and what is tendon? So this is what we have to discuss now. Ligament and tendon. What are the differences between these two? So first of all, we need to understand that these are connective tissue. Okay, ligament and tendons are connective tissues. So what are connective tissues? Which connect different parts together. Okay, Arjun, there are different options. I will show you that slide at the end, and if you use my code PS Live 10, you will get 10% discount on that also. Okay. No, Nancy, your answer is not right. Yes, Arjun, you are right. Absolutely right. Right. So these are the connective tissue. First of all, tendons and ligaments are hello Costa. Khushi, hello, how are you? So ligaments and tendons, they are the connective tissue. They connect different parts of the body. Okay. So if I briefly talk about what are different type of connective tissue, we have blood, we have cartilage, and we have bones. So quickly, these three type of connective tissues, major connective tissues, they are on the basis of the matrix which is present in them. Right, matrix. Thank you so much, Hiba. So the matrix, depending upon the matrix, we can have a liquid connective tissue, which is blood, or a jelly-like connective tissue, which is cartilage, and a solid connective tissue, which is bone. Okay, so this is what we have in the form of connective tissue. Next thing is, as I said, ligaments and tendons, they are also type of connective tissue, but what do? Ligament, let's say we have bones in our body. So these bones are connected by thread-like structures, which are, connects the bone. Otherwise, if there is these are like rope-like structures. Let's say if they are not present there, what will happen? Our bones will not be able to work. Okay, so ligament. So this is what? Ligament that connects bone with bone. Yes, Kaustav, I got your point. Connect bone to bone. But now, these are not just the bones which are present. We do have skeletal muscle, right? So this is the muscle, which is also present, and that is also connected to the bone. So this is what we call tendon. And this is your muscle. So tendons, they connect muscle to the bone, because this is over here is bone. Let's say these are the bones, and this is also bone. So tendons, what they do? Tendons connect muscle to the bone. Ligaments, they connect bone to the bone, right? So this was another concept that I wanted to discuss with you. I left this sheet to draw the diagrams, but I drew it over there. I have that also, Arjun, in this lecture. I have that point covered too. I will explain that once I reach to that topic. Okay. Next is sclerenchyma. What is sclerenchyma? So as we are talking about our tissues, we talked about meristematic tissue and we talked about permanent tissue. So permanent tissue, when we said it could be simple permanent or complex permanent, right? I will talk about it, Arjun, in a minute. I will definitely talk about it. So simple, yes, Hiba, you are right. So simple permanent are the ones which are made up of all similar kind of cells. I will not talk about complex permanent because sclerenchyma, it falls under simple permanent. So what do we have here? We have under simple, we have parenchyma, we have collenchyma, and we have sclerenchyma. So this is sclerenchyma. Okay, so yeah, it protects the plant, it makes the plant hard. Okay, so sclerenchyma is the brief mechanical tissue. The cells are long, narrow, and pointed at both the ends, and they have deposition of lignin everywhere. Because they have deposition of lignin, so these are the type of cells. They have lignin all over the place. Very tightly packed cells. Okay, so because they are very tightly packed, they do not have empty spaces. They are almost dead cells. So this red thing is lignin deposits. So because of that, they are there to provide strength to the plants. Okay, where are they present? Sclerenchyma, They are present in seed coat or in coconut husk, right? Because they provide strength and protection to the plants. Alright, so next question. So there will not be quiz in this session. What are protective tissue? What do we call protective tissue? So all parts of plants, leaves, flowers, stem, root are covered by a single outermost protective layer. That is what we call epidermis. Epidermis. Epidermis, it has very tightly packed cells without any intracellular spaces. Right, so this is epidermis. No intracellular spaces are there, because if intracellular spaces are there, then invaders can enter. Let's say invaders can enter the husk of, yes, absolutely right, Arjun, right? So this layer is epidermis, tightly packed cells. So if I talk about, okay, Khushi, bye, consists of rectangular, closely fitted, flat cells which lack intercellular spaces. That is what I just explained. They are one cell thick and is covered with cutin. In plants, they are covered with cutin to give extra protection. And because they are covered with cutin, we call that layer cuticle. Okay, protects internal tissue. Now let's say there are internal tissue present, different type of tissue are present inside the plant, so they give protection to all these different type of tissue which are present inside the cell, inside the plant. So cork cells do not have intracellular spaces and are dead cells, right? And the wall heavily thickened. So we have the very outermost dead layer. We call it cork tissue. Okay, the cork of the plant, you see, it is the super protective in nature. Cardiac muscle. Somebody was asking about what are different type of muscle. So what are cardiac muscle? Cardiac muscle, there are three type of muscles that we have. Broadly, we divide them into two. One is voluntary, means which are under our control. Second is involuntary, not in our control. Involuntary muscle, again, they are smooth muscle, like they are present in our intestine, in our lungs, in our internal parts where we don't have control. Or cardiac muscle. Which are these? Cardiac muscle, they are present in heart. Cardiac means heart. And voluntary muscles are the skeletal muscles. They are under our control, like our hands, our legs, like present in our limbs mostly. Okay, so now, but here the concern is the cardiac muscle. So cardiac muscle, they are extremely specialized tissue developed to pump blood throughout the body, because they are super specialized. They are present in heart. Now here are the features. They are cylindrical in shape. So if I draw cardiac muscle, so they will be kind of branched. Okay, single cells, so they are like single cells are present, single nucleated. They do have these striations. Actin and myosin fibers are present, like all these different proteins are present. They are involuntary in nature. That is what I've just said. They are involuntary in nature. Okay. Hello Raj Singh, how are you? Right. So this is all about cardiac muscle. If you have to write about it, so first of all you will write this paragraph. What are cardiac muscles and what are the feature of the cardiac muscle? Okay. Now you were asking about striated and smooth muscle. Let's talk about it. Striated muscle or unstriated muscle. Unstriated means smooth muscle. So cardiac we have discussed, right? Now we will discuss what are striated and smooth. Striated muscles are, these are also called skeletal muscle, and these are also called smooth muscle. Okay, so if you talk about them, striated, they are voluntary in nature. Voluntary means they are under our control, means we can control them. They move as per our wish. We cannot control them. Hello Ishika Goel, how are you? They show alternate light and dark bands. So if we draw them, so this is the cardiac muscle. I'm going to draw. These are multinucleated and these are having multiple light and dark bands, right? And if we talk about smooth muscle, so this is smooth muscle, they are uninucleated and they are having these kind of stripes. Okay, yes please Ishika. Yeah, tell me what your doubt is, I will clarify it. They are called skeletal muscles, they are called smooth muscle, they are cylindrical, so this is striated and this is smooth. Okay, they are tapering. Tapering means, look at this, they have pointed ends. Okay, they are multinucleated. See, I have these are nuclei. There is only one nucleus. Multiple we call nuclei, one we call nucleus. Okay, so this was about striated and smooth muscle. I'm sorry, Perth, I'm an English educator, so I'm so sorry. If you have any questions, do let me know. I would love to clarify your doubts, but this is an English class, so anything which is not clear to you, do let me know and I will try my best to clarify all your doubts. Now we have to talk about what are simple permanent tissue. As if you go back, then you will get to know about simple are three types: collenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma. They are living, they are also living, they are dead. If you remember this sheet, you can answer any question from this type of tissue. They are elongated, they are spherical, polygonal, and they are narrow. They thick at the corners, they are thin walled, no thickening is there. They do have lignin deposits. They have very less intracellular spaces, they have large intracellular spaces, and they have no intracellular spaces, right? So this is the difference between collenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay guys, so why they are dead? Because they have, if I draw the diagram, so first of all, parenchyma, they are like cylindrical cells with intracellular spaces, and there are means they are round cells. There are no lignin deposits. Collenchyma, they are living, but let's say these are the collenchyma. They have less spaces, and they are, this red thing that I'm drawing is lignin deposits only at the corners. Now if I talk about sclerenchyma, they are very tightly packed cells and they have lignin deposits everywhere, and they are dead because they are filled with lignin. Their walls, they have thick lignin deposits, so they are protective in nature. So this is sclerenchyma. Okay, is that clear? Hiba, I'm not sure whether you can get PDF of this session or not, but I will tell you, you can come and join us on Unacademy's platform. You can ask me any questions if you have. And on Unacademy's platform, my name is Dr. Pooja Sharma. Go find me on Unacademy. Okay, and if there are various combats and many other things are going on, there are doubt clearing sessions, there are combats, you can ask a doubt. New batches are starting every Monday, right? So we help you guys prepare for your exams, and you can come for our let's say free classes. I have free classes every day. You can attend 1 or 2 free classes to know about the kind of sessions we take for you. Okay, you be part of those sessions and then you decide to take the subscription. All right, what is cell division? First, when cell divide, like one cell is there, otherwise how would we grow if the cell don't divide? Okay, then this cell gave rise to 2 daughter cells. Once these 2 daughter cells are formed, they further divide to give more cells. So this is the cell division helps in growth. Okay, and of course for the production of new offsprings, in reproduction also it helps. And if you want everything in details, you need to come to Unacademy's platform, where we explain things in much more details. Okay, and always use my code, which is over here. Meiosis is the division which helps in formation of germ cells for the reproduction, for production of sperms and eggs. Okay, so that is meiosis. Mitosis is simple cell division. Okay, so I would want you guys to go ahead and read all these points. These are the subscriptions that we have for you. We do live special classes, weekly quiz, doubt clearing sessions, practice questions and test series. Yes, I'm there. I'm a plus educator on Unacademy, so you can come and be part of my class. Okay, so here are the different subscriptions. As I said, you get plus subscription, you get iconic subscription, right? And here are the charges. You use PS Live 10 code, you get extra discount on that. Okay, and I would highly encourage you guys to come and attend our free classes. My free classes, there are multiple free classes where I take, previous year's question papers. These days I'm discussing the quiz, MCQs, numericals, important concepts, difference, definitions. And if you also want to attain the benefit, want to get the benefit of all that, you need to come and you need to download our app, Unacademy app, or you can go to unacademy.com and you can be part of our amazing team. All right. So with this said, I would love to end this session, as we have covered the important points for today. You guys have a wonderful time, and I would love to see you next time on Unacademy. All right. So with that, I will end this session. Thank you so much. You take care.